Hi folks, let's power our minds with some juicy, delicious programming knowledge. Today we'll discuss about the concept overloading, and I also will show additional examples for how to use the method itself. Once again, to repeat the stuff, right? So let's jump straight to it. So overloading just allows creating the user the same method with just different parameters or return values. So with that being said, with the same, I mean the name of the method. So basically the name of the method will stay the same, but the parameters or the return value will change. Let's take a look. So basically what I prepared here is I created three identically with the same name methods, concatenating strings as you see here and here and here. But take a look, we have one time we have 2 parameters, another time we have 3 parameters, and then we have the 4 parameters which we need to pass to enable that this method is triggered. As you see, the logic behind the inside the method stays actually the same. So basically nothing new for you guys, you just concatenate the strings. So let's take a look how it works actually. So I created in the main method something which you will see right now. I created 2-3 command lines which we can pass, and I want to show you something here. So we run the program, take attention on first 3 lines of result. Please ignore the other ones like hello buddy and hello brother. We will come to that a little bit later. So you see the concatenating strings, string 1 and string 2 is printed out. As you see, for this method we actually triggered the method which requires only two parameters. So in that case the overloading worked. Basically guys, the overloading itself is something like concept in Java which is triggered as soon you have the same name of the method and you have different parameters, so like the same copy of one method with different parameters or whatever. So basically we can see that this concept is working because of these 3 lines of commands which we have. Concatenating strings where we passed 2 strings, where we passed basically 1, 2, 3, 4 strings, and I guess we have here 2 strings. By the way, please pay attention here. As soon you have the plus between but not the comma, Java will consider this one as a 1 string. So in case you think that we have here, if we have here actually 4 strings, it's not correct. We have actually the 2 strings which we need to which we trigger. So basically just a rule of thumb, or maybe like a real rule for you guys, the plus is not considered as a splitter or splitting tool for splitting the strings. So basically Java is only counting parameters as soon you typed in the comma. So because of that you can already see the difference. So once again, if you run the program, you see on the command line that we have string 1, string 2, my name is, and my name is string, and these lines are printed out. So guys, let's take a look on another example where we can see the concept of overloading working and also see more what is behind the method working and how a method works in Java. So take a look, I have here the say hello method where I printed out that in our main method once, and then second time. In the first time I didn't pass any parameter, and the second time I passed the parameter which I wrote the string, as you see. So take a look what happens now in our method. So basically I created 2 methods, as I said, say hello without parameter. In this case we would print the name, and you are asking yourself what is that? I will scroll up now. You see at the top of the class above the main method, so not inside of the main method, I created variable. I created the data type. We learned about the data types, but in the class concept we call them variables. So I created a variable, public static string name, or basically what you learned already is that just string name, and you can just forget about the rest, but for simplicity reasons I need to write here static. Just forget it about for now. So static string name body. So that's what we will print out here. Okay, without the parameter. Here on the second method we see that we need to pass the name, and this name will be used in the printing command. So system out print line hello the plus name, and then we have a comma. So take a look what happens. I think you see already on the console, but let's run it once again, and you see once we have printed the hello body, another time we have hello brother. So basically, as you see, the both variables are called name, but in one case we use the name from our variable, and once we use the name which we pass as our parameter. We will come to that anyway in the as soon we are coming to the class concept and we discuss the classes. So yeah, it's getting actually exciting, right? So now we have more understanding of methods. I hope so. At least I would have, or I would hopefully have. Anyway, so you see now that another example which we want to see is that we want to print out the system out print line. We want to print out the number. And what is number? So basically, again, we created another variable here, upper section from main method inside the class, which is holding the method returned int value. So what does that mean? So let's go to this method and take a look. So in the created method, which is called return int, we return the value of 79 always. So no other value, we return just 79 as an integer. And we scroll up. Now we see that for this number variable, we return the 79. So what can we do with that? As you see, we printed out this variable, and basically take a look, we will print it right now out. Let me just comment out the rest of the garbage, which we don't need for now. Okay, let's take a look. Now it should work. Voila, you see 79. But now it's getting more complicated, at least for the beginning for you guys. We create now here in the main method additional, let's call it variable now, or data type, a result of calculation. And we use another method which we are additionally created. So do calculation. This method is at the complete bottom, and you see do calculation needs two ints, which will be summed up 1, 2. So 1 plus 2 will be summed up and put into the sum variable, which will be then returned. Take a look. So basically, in the do calculation method, we need two ints. That's what you need to know now. We pass one int, which is always returning 79. Remember, return int in our case returns always 79. And we pass, for example, another number like 2. Or we can also take number, and it would work, you see. And if you want, we basically now can run it. Well, basically it won't work anything because again I forgot to print out the variable which we created result of calculation. I hope you got some new fresh knowledge from that and you see the point here. You can test it out. Before we close this tutorial, the last point is here. Just pay the attention for the declaring the variables. It's not the best practice what I did now. Result of calculation. It's not the best practice to use really long words, written off completely words. It's best practice always to use something like that. So basically, please always try to use really short meanings. Sometimes you cannot use this as soon the program will got too many variables and too complicated. Of course, you should use the understandable variables for yourself, but just wanted to notice, not best practice. And also the variables, primitive data types are always written firstly with a small letter. Just to know for you guys, yeah. It's summary time, guys, and we need to summarize the overloading method, which basically means that we can use one method, I mean by one the same naming, like here, concatenating strings, or say hello, but we can pass different parameters, as you see, and also we can use different return values or something. So that's also would work, which we didn't try here. Also, we used previously not the best practice of naming, where I used actually the really long word for int variable. And also what we additionally learned that the variables can be declared in the main class, and we will discuss about that in the next videos. Yeah, that would be actually the simple summary. It's not a big topic, it's not a lot to learn, but it's very important. With that, we actually can close our summary chapter. Alrighty, we are now coming to the question round, and this time question round will look a little bit different, because for now I will show you something what you didn't learn now, because this time I'm showing you some code which I used for my program. And my question for this question round is just only that you tell me in the comment which of these two methods which I pointed out with the arrow is the return value method and which is the void method. It's quite simple, and for this you have different other destructions which can destruct you, but please focus in this example only on this question. You will answer that, I guess, in 5 seconds. The more this question round helps you to see how the complete example can look like, or complete one class can look like, and it's really small class which I used here. So basically it's not a question round, it's more like today is more additional knowledge round, but that's the point of the question round, guys. So tell me if you have some questions, please leave your comment. Also do not forget to give your suggestion in the comment area. What kind of question should be discussed in the next videos, and the best question will be chosen in the next video. We crossed the finish line for this tutorial, guys. Please let me know what you think about this video, this channel. If you feel connected to the Power Nation, please subscribe. Also do not forget to check out my video descriptions. I have monthly challenges for my subscribers. You can also benefit from additional videos, suggestions from other channels, books, codes, exercises, everything what you need to improve yourself. And thank you for your time, and once again, you are now hopefully powered up with the knowledge.